Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. I have an article and some statements coming from the President of the United States, Joe Biden. I'm going to read them, and then we're going to discuss the statements' meaning. This article comes from Fox News, and it goes like this. Biden accuses Russia of torturing, electrocuting Ukrainians. Barbaric. Okay. Let's see. President Joe Biden accused the Russian military of torturing Ukrainians using electrocution and other methods in an official statement Sunday. Biden's statement marked the International Day in support of victims of torture. In it, Biden accused several nations of using torture on either their own people or the people of nations they were attacking. Biden has in the past called for Russia and Putin to be put on trial for war crimes. And I'm quoting, any instance of torture is one too many, and yet every year countless victims suffer this brutal violation of their human rights and dignity, end quote. And then it says that Biden wrote, and I'm quoting, this year we have been shocked by the horrific acts committed by Russian forces in Ukraine, including multiple credible reports of torture such as beatings, electric shocks, and mock executions. And I'm quoting, in Mali, the Burkina Faso terrorist group have been documented to have massacred and tortured local population, while in Mali and Central African Republic, Kremlin-aligned Wagner mercenaries have reportedly employed similar cruel and unlawful tactics, he added. Biden's statements comes days after Attorney General Mary Garland made a surprise visit to Ukraine to throw Americans' weight behind ongoing war crimes trial against the Russian military. And you're gonna see who he appointed over there to take care of stuff. Look at the Nuremberg trials and you're gonna find out. Make the connection? Yeah, okay, thank you. The International Criminal Court also opened its largest investigation even into alleged war crimes in late May. The International Criminal Court is working in a joint investigation team alongside Ukraine, Polish, and Lithuanian prosecutors. The European Union's legal branch, Eurojust, is also participating in the effort. War crimes allegations arose after the Russian withdrawal from around Kiev revealed that Bucha, a town in the area, saw Russian troops kill as many as 400 citizens and face orders to dig mass graves and force others to dig mass graves. Ukrainian authorities are also prosecuting roughly 16,000 cases of alleged war crimes by Russian forces. All right, let's see what's going on here. Well, when you do this, when you accuse, well, this is where it is. It's, let's say, I come in front of the neighborhood and I say, guys, I condemn stealing, all right? I don't like, and by the way, the neighbors Johnsons, they stole, not good, all right? Now, I don't know, the Smiths family's child stole a bike, not good, all right? Bad, and I'll go away. What about me? If I would do that and I would ignore my actions of stealing, which there are numerous over there, how credible am I? How would the rest of the neighborhood listen to me and say, why? You just destroyed the authority of the whole meeting, of the whole day of victims of torture and so on. Why? Because you come and you point fingers at others when there should be many, many fingers pointing at you. I hope you agree. I hope you agree with me that we have some torture and waterboarding and all that. And remember the Abu Ghraib in Iraq? Abu Ghraib, you remember? Yeah, pictures and all that. Who was that? Was that Russia? Was that, I don't know, Japan? No, it was United States military. They were involved in that. with orders or not orders, waterboarding was with orders. So, and abductions in Europe in those black sites, so-called. So they just abducted you from the street as a, let's say you're a German citizen. The Americans got you, put in the car, get you to a dark place with a black location, and they interrogate you over there, waterboard you. Is that legal? I mean, that was all over Europe when it was the war on terror. So yeah, I think you should build some credibility before you talk. Otherwise, you sound like a hypocrite, and then you destroy the whole thing, the whole celebration or commemoration or however you want to call it. You ruin it by coming and making statements, pointing fingers without even mentioning you, or at least tone it down. I'm not saying they should never say and point fingers, but I'm just saying, I did it too, and now I'm just pointing at everybody else. What if someone will come and, let's say, well, how about you? Who knows what happens in Syria and other places? But nevertheless, this is one thing. Then these were reports, right? Remember that United Nations about 2 months ago, it was United Nations, they conducted an investigation and they found that Russian soldiers were actually, tortured by Ukrainians, and they were killed. Remember those videos when they were shot and there were war crimes right there. Well, what are you going to do with that? Do you think only one side is engaging in that? If you believe that, that means you didn't live long enough. I would say that, or didn't read enough to find out that, you find out about these things later when the things are done, everything is finished. Nevertheless, I would condemn all this, the torture and all that. But then he's got his here reports, reportedly. He talks about Wagner Group reportedly. Reportedly, someone said something. Then we get to International Court of Justice. You know who's not a signatory over there? The United States. You know who else? Russia. And you know who else? Ukraine. Ukraine is not a member, was not approved. It withdrew its application. It was Russia withdrew it. So what are we talking about? Because if we were going to use International Criminal Court, we should go back to 1999 and see what happens in Yugoslavia. And if we go by that, then we have to get some people who are still alive right now and very revered in the United States and put in front of the cameras to tell us about life and pursuit of happiness. And those are certain people. Name names who was in charge, and in Great Britain as well. Who bombed Yugoslavia? That was against the international law. That was illegal. That was a war crime, all of it. So what are you going to do with those guys? International Criminal Court. As that saying, you kill one person, you're a murderer. You kill millions, that's a matter of statistic. That's Joseph Stalin. So yeah, be a little bit more tempered with these things. What I'm trying to say is that sometimes, or most of the time, I would say, the entities or individuals who belong to certain organizations who committed themselves certain illegalities, they are the ones who point fingers, and if you dare to point finger, let's say Mali or Wagner Group or Russia would have said, well, how about you? Do you think that these guys will take, let's say Biden would say, well, touche, that's a legitimate statement, and that's true. Mea culpa, okay, let's bring the International Criminal Court and get, I don't know, maybe talk to Bill Clinton, maybe talk with Tony Blair. Okay, should we do that? Or maybe even talk with some military staff who gave some orders. How about that? Or some Secretary of State, remember, with Libya? Oh, that's another Clinton right there. So you know what I mean? What if these guys are talked to? No, they are above law. So then when you're going to submit to the same laws and the same regulations, then you can talk. Until then, bye-bye, you have no credibility. People who committed war crimes or engage in torture should be prosecuted and, be happen whatever needs to happen to those people. I'm for it. But if we do it with everybody, including my mother, my father, your father, whomever might that be. We're not, out of limits here. You're not. That person should not be touched. Why? If you say that, then how do you expect everybody else to follow the rules? If you, the one who are in charge of this, so you who are, making so much fuss about it, you don't submit to the same rules and regulations. What do you want me to do? That would be unfair, very unfair. So yeah, goes this and that, and unfortunately, people don't take you serious that you really want to get rid of, torture and prosecute the people who engage in torture. You can say, well, the people in Abu Ghraib were convicted in this. Yeah, that's true. What about the ones in Guantanamo Bay in Cuba? Which is, again, what is the U.S. doing in Cuba? You tell me. But nevertheless, but the Russians cannot be in Ukraine. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.